Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Mirage, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're going to be talking about best ways to prepare for Necromancy and the release that is upcoming in RuneScape 3. Necromancy is set to release sometime later this year, as long as Jagex actually follows that timeline. However, there is no specific date yet. Today's video is going to be fairly brief and somewhat short, just because we don't know everything about Necromancy yet. But I do want to kind of get you guys prepared in the best way that I can and get you guys as much information as possible on some things that you might want to look out for, and then also things that we know for a fact that you guys will need to look out for when it comes to the release of Necromancy in RuneScape 3. Alright, guys, so the first thing we're going to be looking at here is the list of items that we do know that is going to be required, and just some notes for some of these to go ahead. Alright, first thing on this list is bones, of course. The first thing that we're going to go over, at least. With bones, please don't panic by anything on this list, but especially bones. We're not sure how many we're going to need yet with the skill. However, rituals take 30 seconds and you use 1 bone per ritual. So if you do some math, you can imagine maybe you're only going to need a couple thousand. And I'm sure that the higher level rituals require higher level bones. So we're not sure how many of each you're going to need. But just something to keep in mind. Maybe go and gather some of your own. Or, if you're an Iron Man, or try to make some money on this because people are panic buying them. Couple other ones just to note on specifically. The Praisal Codex is the confirmed way to get the tier 99 prayer. This is a good thing to know for Iron Man if you guys need to go get another book. For mains, it's about 1 billion GP right now. It has nearly doubled in price, so that's something to keep in mind. AOD is really good money right now. Metal bars, wool, algorithm thread, and a couple other items here, including the Spectral Spirit Shield. Most of these items have 2 to 4x in price, so just something to keep in mind, something to look out for. If you're an Iron Man specifically, you should probably be going out of your way right now to try to get all these items. You're going to need Pure Essence as well for the new type of essence for the new runes, and then Overload Potions. Just because, like it says right here, pre-made overloads will update to include the necromancy boosts. However, if you are going to make them after, it's going to require the extreme necromancy potion, which could potentially require a higher herblore level. I don't see them making that change, but just something to keep in mind. And additionally, it is going to cost more money to make overloads in the future. So go ahead and buy your overload packs now and start making those. This is the confirmed list from Jagex themselves on everything we'll need, but there are a couple other things that I want to go over that Jagex did not include that you will need. The first one's pretty obvious, so we'll get it out of the way quick. Gold. Gold pieces, Gillinor pieces, whatever you want to call them. You're definitely going to need GP for this skill, especially if you're going to be racing. No one can really put a number on it, but I would say anywhere between 2 to 5 bill. 5 bill being at that higher end, you're trying to race. 2 bill being, you're just trying to get the skill 120 fairly quick, but you're not racing to get 5.8 bill first. But that's definitely something to keep in mind. Definitely want to have some extra gold. You're not sure what you're going to need it for. There's going to be other things that pop up that we're not expecting, so definitely keep that in mind and have a little bit of a cash stack set aside for your leveling gains. The next and second to last thing I want to go over is just some general knowledge of PVM. I think would be very smart to do. I would practice. If you have no PVM skill at all, I would definitely take some time to practice in like God Wars Dungeon 1 or God Wars Dungeon 2. Those are 2 great spots to practice Corporeal Beast, stuff like that. And specifically, I would focus on Mage just because it seems like Necromancy will kind of give off the same vibe as magic, so I would try to practice your magic rotation, especially since when you at least from what it looks like when you're fighting with necromancy, you aren't going to be standing in melee distance, so I wouldn't suggest practicing with melee and trying to get like some PVM experience with that. Definitely seems like the best way, especially since you're going to be using runes and everything. Get yourself acclimated with rune pouches, switching spells, and use just general magic, because if you're looking to level this fairly fast, it seems like the best way to do that is going to be through PVM. Of course, you can use the ritual method. However, it's not going to be probably advised once we get the exact XP rates and everything on release, just because they've already said that it is going to be a lot slower. However, it is a lot more chill, so there is still that option. So I would suggest just getting out there in the world of Gillinor and just fighting some bosses if you have no PVM knowledge at all. basically want to get acclimated a little bit with the Revo bar, Revo Plus, Revo Plus Plus, whatever you feel comfortable with. So that way, whenever Necro comes around, you've got a good idea and you're ready to train it. Because we're really not sure how AFK it's going to be. You know, we're not sure if you're going to be able to throw up a Revo Plus Plus bar and be good to go. Those are all things that once they fine tune the skill and release it to us, and hopefully the next 3 to 6 months, that we'll kind of figure out, and then we'll know more. But for now, I would say at least learn how to at least Revo Plus, you know, manually activating your thresholds and ultimates going forward to prepare yourself for Necromancy. And last but definitely not least is going to be the quest point cape. We're not sure which quests are going to be useful for Necromancy. Obviously, we are going to get a bunch of quests on release. They've already confirmed that. However, there might be prereqs for those quests. It might be an entirely new quest line. You know, I haven't found that information out there. So if anyone can comment down below if they know if it's going to be an entirely new quest line. However, you know, getting yourself set up with a quest point cape and ideally a maxed account, so that way you have complete reign over the quests that release. You'll be ready to go. You shouldn't have any prereqs to do them outside of if there's any quests that could release that, you know, that will be a prereq for any other quests that release. But it does seem like questing is going to be a big part of getting into this skill early. So being prepared the best way you can with a maxed account, ideally, and the quest point cape would be perfect. Now, with that being said, I'm not sure that you'll need all the quests, and I'm not trying to claim that. However, there are definitely some quests that are going to be useful or required for Necromancy. So take that with a grain of salt, take it as you wish. But these are just the best ways to get prepared for Necromancy in RuneScape 3 as we look forward to the release. But that's pretty much it for now, guys. You know, there's just not too much that we know yet. I am going to link the content creators that went and visited Jagex with their videos down below in the description or in the comments, whichever one I choose, because I do think that it is going to be some pretty good content to watch and some good ways to also prepare yourself since they have that first-hand experience. Anyways, let me know if you guys are excited for the Necromancy release, if you guys are looking forward to it. I'm going to pick one comment down below and use that comment in the next video at the beginning for a shout out and also to win 25 mil to kind of help put you on pace for that Necromancy release. I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Expect another video from me here sometime soon. Take care. Peace, guys.